Some people say you shouldn't get too political around January 26. It might ruin the barbecue. Well, I'd never want to ruin a barbecue, so here's some tips to get yours sizzling. The secret is seasoning. This spice mix has a hint of lemon myrtle in it. Flip the meat so that it's coated on both sides, just as some historians believe the gifts distributed by soldiers given to Aboriginal people at Manly Cove were coated in smallpox. But don't focus on that. It might ruin the barbecue. I'm using olive oil, but you can use whatever oil you prefer, as long as the bottle doesn't remind you of the vial of live smallpox variola matter reportedly in the possession of Dr. John White, surgeon with the First Fleet, because that could ruin the barbecue. Time to whack your steaks onto the hot plate, which you want super hot, feverishly hot. Let's get a couple on now. Ooh, it's hot. Searing the meat helps with the flavour, but it also caramelizes your seasoning as the surface blisters. Speaking of blisters and fevers, don't think about the reports that within a year or so, half of the Aboriginal people in the Sydney area were dead, killed by smallpox. That could ruin the barbecue. After a couple of minutes, it's time to turn your meat. It's really important to keep an eye on the time so you don't overcook your meat and ruin the barbecue. Time was, of course, something the Aboriginal people didn't have. Within the first couple of years, reports suggest roughly half to 70% of the Indigenous population of the southeast were gone. Imagine if 70% of the guests at your barbecue were gone, forever, within just a few years. Actually, don't think about that. It'll ruin the barbecue. Well, these are looking great. Time to get them off the heat and let them rest for a couple of minutes. By the way, did you know that no member of the First Fleet was recorded as having been infected by smallpox? Makes you wonder, how did the locals get infected by it in the first place? Unless, as some experts have argued, it was deliberately introduced to decimate a population who colonists have described as primitive and barbaric, which would have been a deliberate use of biological warfare, leading to a genocide. But don't let that ruin your barbecue. Bon appetit.